I'm an awkward person. Like, just let me hang from a hoop, please.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching. My name is Tami Schlichter and I'm the founder of US Aerial. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to raising the profile of aerial dance in America. And one of the ways we do that is we put on the annual US Aerial Championships featuring pole, silks, and Lyra. And today we have with us our first Lyra champion, Rebekah Burke. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very cold from walking here.
Yeah, it's insanely cold today. So Rebekah, I just want to start with you. Will you tell us a little bit about your background and your dance background and how you found aerial?
That's a big one. I started doing ballet when I was about 10 years old in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And I think like 8th grade, I quit middle school basically. Did not like going to middle school and started like seriously pursuing ballet.
Yeah.
And then 9th grade, went to North Carolina School of the Arts for ballet. And then when I was 16, moved to New York for ballet, and then kind of fell into aerial while I was living here, going to ballet school in New York. I was looking for a job that kind of paid me to do ballet, and I ran into the aerialist, Sayana Sharp, who hired me to do ballet with her while she did aerial. And she kind of brought me into the aerial world.
Oh, cool. So she was she on silks?
Yeah.
And you were doing ballet, like,
yeah.
in front of her?
Like, the plan actually was for her to do silks, but then when we got to the venue, they had no rigging, so she kind of did like acrobatics type things.
Yeah.
While a bunch of us did ballet around her.
How long ago was that you discovered?
That was like almost exactly 4 years ago. I started training with her. She got me on a hoop, and then I think maybe around January of that year that I started training just with other teachers around New York, and then I moved to LA and went to school there at La Studio, and then I trained on my own in Virginia more, and then I came back here.
Wow.
I've been like hopping around.
Yeah. So you were recently on Queen of the Night,
yeah.
I guess in is better. So did Queen of the Night just end, like they're not doing it anymore, or did they just change over the cast?
It's still in existence, I believe, in a way. Like, they're just trying to find a new location for it.
Oh, really?
They had been created for the Diamond Horseshoe for a very limited run, so the fact that it ran for 2 years was just incredible. It was only supposed to be 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And so now they're in the process of trying to find a new venue for it.
Oh, right. That's awesome. So how did that gig come about? How did you find out about it, or did they reach out to you, or?
They were recasting it in June. Mm-hmm. They were recasting the circus section, and the box that is kind of, however, related to Queen of the Night put me in touch, and I went into audition, and like the next week they're like, okay, here's a contract. And I was like, that was fast. What
is it like to be an aerialist? So for people that don't know, people that aren't in our world, they don't understand how hard it is and what the struggle is like. And you're your own agent, right? And,
yeah.
And what is that like?
I'm like re-going into this part in my life where I'm like, oh yeah. I think the hardest part is that you're gonna get work, but it's like, it happens so fast. Like Queen of the Night happened in a week, and I moved to New York in May, and that didn't happen until June. So there was like a couple weeks of me sitting in New York like, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. And then I got a job like that.
Right.
So there's a lot of like sitting there thinking that you're not gonna get a job until you get one. It's like, so when the work happens, it happens fast.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of stressing.
Yeah, that sounds very stressful. And then when it's over, oh, okay, now I have to.
And you're like, oh, next thing.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of up and down, like work and then just down, then work and then down. Yeah.
How did you first hear about the US Aerial Championships and decide to apply, if you remember?
I think I had just moved back to Virginia from LA, and I think I was just looking up circus festivals and like different competitions and whatnot, because circus festivals don't really exist in America.
Right.
So I was like, all right, competitions are what they're called in America, so
right.
I'm gonna look that up. And I came across US Aerial.
How did, if at all, winning the US Aerial Championships affect your career, positively, negatively, anyway?
A lot of people knew my name after that. That was a big one. It's like, then people knew of my existence, because coming from like school in LA, which was just like school, so I didn't have that many connections from it, and then going to Virginia, I just had next to no connections at all. So people knew my name from that. It was quite nice. And I had a video I could send them.
Yeah.
Or chances are they'd already seen my work.
What was your actual experience like at the U.S. Aerial Championships?
Like the night of?
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a nice place. I liked that. I liked that there was an actual warm-up room to warm up in. I remember the energy of that crowd because so many people there were like aerial people.
Yeah.
The energy was great. I'm like, you're clapping when you're supposed to. And then having it live streamed was awesome.
Yeah.
That was great because I have a lot of followers on Instagram and they were all able to watch it.
Oh, good. I mean, you brought the house down. Your routine is just, I still have chills just watching that. I think I've watched that video like 500 times. It's really exciting.
I've watched it about 500 times too, but I'm like a ballerina and I watch it once and I'm like, oh. I watch it again, I'm like, that was good. I watch it again like the next day and I'm like, oh. The next day I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
So US Aerial is a nonprofit organization and we rely on donations from you to help us give grants to our champions. And I just wanted to ask you why, if this is important, if you think it is, why is something like this important? General population doesn't know how hard it is to be an aerialist and why, and like, you know, how little money there is in all this and the struggle. If you could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, I know for the money I got from winning helped me out immensely because when I moved to New York, I used it to get an apartment.
Oh, awesome.
Which I was like, that definitely counts, I feel, towards Yeah. I needed to move to New York and I was like, I'm going to use this money to do it.
Yeah.
I'm very glad I did because it definitely furthered my career, very much so moving here.
Yeah. Training
is ridiculously expensive. It's like, say like $25 a day to like open train. And then your Metro card to get you there. And the food you eat while you're doing, yeah. It's ridiculous how much it costs to do that. And it's like so many aerialists are stuck in the area of having to have a job to afford to train. So then they can't ever train, freaking work in their job. And it's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. What are your goals moving forward?
I don't even know.
Or aerial or not?
I think still aerial, but I think that they might move into other forms of performance. Not that I know what those are. Like, I kind of really want to be a clown.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how to do that.
Well, I think our friends at Circus Now could probably help you, but yeah.
Or like a character performer. I think that'd be great once my body's broken.
That's that performance again. You love to just be on stage. Are you just like living when you're on stage? Is that?
Yeah, it's, I couldn't even like begin to describe it. I feel like it's like a pure kind of happiness.
Yeah. Rebekah, thank you so much for coming out here. I know it's freezing outside and it took forever to get here. Thank you so much for coming and shooting this with us today. And we wish you all the best moving forward. We're here for you always. Reach out to us however we can help. Myself and the board we're on Team Rebekah forever. So thank you so much for taking part in US Aerial and taking part in this today.
Well, thank you. I can't even begin to thank you for how much US Aerial's meant to me. Seriously, I would not be where I am right now in my career. I wouldn't be sitting down in New York talking to you, obviously, if I hadn't won that. Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thanks, everyone. Don't forget to donate so we can support aerialists like Rebekah. We are a nonprofit organization, so we rely heavily on the donations of people like you watching. So if you support the aerial arts, if you're a family member, if you're a friend, please consider donating to US Aerial.
Good job! So awesome.